Professional Horseman's Cocktail Hour. We have a great guest in store for you tonight, or maybe two. But first thing is first, let's make a cocktail. Come on in. Tonight, we not only have one amazing guest in store for you, but two. So, we are gonna make the double shots of love bourbon on the rocks. You're gonna start by putting your ice ball in your glass, and the recipe calls for 2.5 ounces of bourbon. But you know what, you guys, we are horse show people, so I'm gonna do 3. Now, just to give it a little bit of extra flavor, because bourbon sometimes is a little like, ooh, I like to take a little bit of orange zest and put it on the outside of my glass. So just take your potato peeler if you're at home in quarantine, take a little piece of the zest off like that, rub it around the edge of your glass and put it inside. I think I hear our guests calling now. Let's go see who they are. So good.
Hey!
Hi. Mom's dropping
Do
me
you
off
have your
on this.
cocktails?
I do.
Do you want it made already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We've
Just
already
checking.
made them with our studio audience.
I've got my large one.
Oh, that's so funny. I got one for you too. Okay,
Perfect. Howie's gonna go make his drink. He's got his balls.
Oh, yay.
This is my friend Todd Miles.
Yeah. Oh, do you want to oh
Boom.
gosh.
Bought that for me, and then you go like this.
Oh my gosh.
See, look at the size of that ball.
Well, Todd knows his balls, obviously. How are you guys doing right now in quarantine? Are you guys, I mean, obviously you're just down the street from me, but I haven't seen you because we're both strapped in our houses.
Oh,
How are you guys hanging in there?
Oh.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. You know, it's a little freaky. It's a little different, but you know, we're so lucky out here. I mean, beautiful weather. You know, awesome house. You know, just as far as, you know, you can get out, hike, stuff like that. But, you know, the pulse is a little funky. So just try, you know, talking to everybody in the industry. Just want to make sure everyone feels good and everything's good. So, you know, doing that deal.
Well, are you guys ready to have a little bit of fun? I know everything's been very serious lately. I just like to loosen it up for our Facebook
Fun
followers.
every night. We've been doing this.
Really?
Like the one thing we've done every night is
Really?
drink.
Oh, drinking. Well, perfect. How about we're going to do a little bit of drinking and play a little bit of like a newlywed game, but kind of like an oldie-wed game, right? So we're going to...
Wait, divorce court or newlywed game?
Newlywed game. We're going to ask
Thank
a
you.
bunch of questions. I'm going to ask them to each of you. You're going to answer them. Some are about each other. Some are personal. So we're just going to kind of go from there and see what we can get out of you. Be totally
All right.
honest, all right, guys? Are you ready?
I'm usually pretty together, but I'm a little nervous.
Don't be nervous. It's just
Okay.
me. Okay, it's me.
Okay.
All right,
So I'm afraid.
The conversation always veers.
That's what's so fun about it. Okay, so I know it was 100 years ago, but your first date, what did Megan wear? Can you remember?
Well, that's an old funny joke because, well, the first time I saw Megan, which was incredible, well, I'd seen her working in the ring and all those things, but I saw her in a barn aisle, and there's a truck, and there's a bunch of help, and she is throwing bales of hay in the back of this pickup like it's me picking this up. Like nothing. I'm like, holy crap, she's amazing. And that was my first, I thought it was incredible.
I think he knew I'd be a good employee someday.
Hard worker. Now,
It did work out.
As she was sweating and throwing big bales of hay, do you remember what she was wearing?
Pretty much Levi's and a t-shirt, but actually the date deal was even better because I said, quote, and she uses this against me all the time when I say, wow, where'd you get that? Is that new? And, you know, typical, oh no, this old thing? And like, so meanwhile I said, wow, that's really a nice, and I didn't even,
He was like,
I said
like
thing.
shirt. Shirt?
I mean, I was
Do you like the
probably,
shirt?
at the time I think I was, how old was I, 45?
Something.
Oh,
And I think it was like my
base
first,
route.
it was like my first date. I was nervous.
Aw.
So,
So cute.
I don't know,
So
and, you know, and now I'm just scared.
Right.
But, yeah.
Do not say
Another
the wrong
shirt?
thing. Okay, Megan, if Howie could have any other job besides being the world-renowned, amazing photographer he is, what would it be?
I sort of joke he's like a pollster. He likes to take polls all the time. Like if he has to make any sort of decision about anything, he like cannot stop calling people for weeks. Designing his trailer is the most annoying thing. I mean, and he would have, and all of a sudden he'd be on the phone with somebody else trying to get their idea about it, and yeah. So he'd be taking polls, and he takes polls on everything. He's been on the phone for the last 4 weeks, like taking polls on.
I can't deny it.
Have you taken a poll lately? What poll have you taken lately? When we're getting out of here?
Polls going on, like when are we going to start, and when are we going to? How big is the show going to be, and who's going to go, and what's your take and whose take? Oh yeah, I've all over the country. I have the West Coast, East Coast, Midwest.
Well, let us know. Let us know when you come out with your reports. I'd love to hear everything that you've compiled. Okay, Megan, what is Howie's very favorite thing about you?
Don't say it.
That's funny because I ask him this all the time. I like, we'll be making the bed, and I'm like, "What do you love about me? What is it that you love about me?" And it's always the same. It's not like
what is it?
Anything. It's anatomical, right? Is that a word? Anatomical? Yeah.
Yeah. Is it your big voluptuous booty? Is it?
It's higher up.
Oh. Awesome.
Wow.
Okay, Howie, what is Megan's biggest quirk? Weirdest quirk.
Wow. How much time do we have?
I only
Holy
said
cow.
one.
So understand this, Megan. Not many people know this, but she is super highly educated. Went to UNH, spoke fluent French. In fact, she went to school in France.
Really? Megan, say something in French. Say something in French.
That's over. C'est fini.
There you go. Okay. So
now I just take orders. Phone calls.
In French?
In French.
Oh, oui.
So that being said, master's degree in education, super highly intelligent. So, but one of her biggest quirks I see is literally I'll look outside her office and she's in the barn doing the horses and I see her hands waving. And she is talking to herself. Like an Italian, like yourself, like loud. She's talking to herself and having a complete 2 or 3 people possible conversation. What in the hell are you doing? And it's incredible. But to me, that's that's the biggest quirk that I don't get it. I'm not a talk to yourself guy. So at least
I'll be dropping something off and come back to the car and he's like, "Were you talking to yourself on the way back to the car?" I'm like, yeah.
Okay. Switching gears, if you guys could create the most amazing, perfect World Championship horse show and take 3 things away from the World Championships, what would you take away from Louisville, Morgan Grand Nationals, and U.S. Nationals to create the ultimate horse show?
Is that a Howie or a Megan or a both?
It's a both. I think you both have interesting
perspectives.
I think you can start with that.
So easy, well, not easy for me. The one thing Louisville has is the tradition. It's the oldest of the 3. The tradition at Louisville is incredible. The Freedom Hall, the Hall of Fame awards, just looking at the world champions around the ring, it just gives me sort of chills thinking about it, To me, Grand National has this family, homey feeling, an incredible schedule that none of the others have. There's just a down-home feeling about it. Very warm, fuzzy type thing. The Arabian Nationals has incredible diversity. And I'll tell you, the crowds at the Arab Nationals, it doesn't matter if you're 8th or 1st or whatever. They just yell and clap for the best horse. And it doesn't matter if it's in your barn or my barn. They're an incredible crowd there. So I love that about it.
Yeah, I agree.
You what?
I concur.
Wow, she agrees with me.
Woo. Wow. Well, let's just move on. Okay, Megan, what is Howie's biggest pet peeve?
He's a little bit of a Pollyanna, so negativity. It's so true.
It's
all good. Everything's all good.
True.
Yeah. Like if I start bitching about anything, whether it's Jacqueline or anything, it's all good. Just you gotta look on the bright side.
That's not that bad, is it?
No, it's great. It's great. But his pet peeve is negativity.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
I actually I actually get mad.
we get in fights.
I think in fights because
Yeah, I'm like, but I was the one that was mad. Why are you mad at me for being mad? And I wasn't even mad at you, but now like we're
mad at each other.
Because I'm a little negative about anything.
Let's not get you guys in a fight. Okay,
no, we're good, but it's true. She makes a good point. Yeah.
Howie, if you were going to spoil Megan with like the ultimate gift of all time, what would you get her?
She's a horse person. She's a farmer at heart. She had a farm in New England, and so I would say a lamb. No, I would actually say a great show horse of any breed. That's what I would do for her.
I got a fly system for Mother's Day last year. That was a great gift.
Hey,
it was awesome. It was seriously, it was amazing.
I got her fly system.
Way less flies.
I got Adidas. Okay. All right. Okay, if Howie was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, who would be his phone a friend?
Well, he's a pollster, so he would have like a whole list, So I think the first one would probably be, because these are the phone calls that he makes in the morning, every morning.
I know these.
So it would be Shane Shiflett would be probably first, right?
Not for a million.
Depending on the time zone.
Not for a million.
Yeah, not for that. Not for the answers. He wouldn't, but it would for comedic relief. Yeah, and then like his whole golf crew, the other Shane Mullins.
Todd Miles.
I was gonna say, what about Todd? Todd's
in there.
Todd's there.
But he might like tell a long story. He might not be able to answer the question quickly.
What is the most iconic Howard Schatzberg photo of all time, in your opinion?
That's hard. Is it me or Howie?
Howie. I would ask Howie this one.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not going to go emotional, but you were there when I said, "This is my greatest picture."
Really?
I know it's not. You were at the place where this happened.
Okay.
I'm not the Skywatch, the Imperator, this and that. A good friend of mine who passed away a year ago this week. A picture I got of her leaving the ring with her father.
Yes.
Was to me my greatest picture, because it meant so much to me. I'm a little more of a, Joe Fabulous and, Wild Eyed and Wicked the first time I shot that horse. Many, the Master's Touch, so many, the incredible Arab Western Pleasure world champions at that show. That's an amazing deal. But that to me was my greatest picture of Alex Mooney. Jumped on her dad's buggy with her horse and left the ring and just did that.
Yeah.
So that's my most iconic picture for me to have. Yeah,
I couldn't
easily.
agree with you. I think that was one of your most iconic pictures. It was perfect. Okay, so a little less serious. Megan.
Thank you. Still fun. She would have loved it.
Yeah.
She would have.
She would have. I'm going to put that picture up right here. Beep, beep, beep.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Good.
Okay, Megan, if Howie was a Disney character, which Disney character would he be?
Well, it's hard because I fall asleep. You can ask my kid or Howie. I fall asleep at every movie. Like, we sit on the couch, and especially right now, we've been watching movies, like, boom, out, gone. So for me to remember a movie is difficult, but I would say the character in Beauty and the Beast, the Lumiere, like, he's always so positive, and he's like, trying to bring everybody together.
For those who do not know Lumiere, he's a candlestick.
Right.
Like, what the hell?
Well,
I thought you could say Tasmanian Devil because the way I never stop moving and cleaning and no.
Well, no, I didn't even think about that.
Well,
but like,
you're too young.
I just think, well, that movie I watched again and again because of the age that Jacqueline was, and I could turn it on and go to sleep for a little while, and she'd be entertained. But yeah, he's super happy and wants everything to be great, and everything's wonderful. Positive.
Sorry.
I feel like Scott's like Shrek, if I was going to pick one. Okay, so Howie, who is less likely to ask for directions out of you and Megan?
Less likely? Actually, Megan.
Really?
Like, I'm a typical guy, don't ask for directions, but I will still ask for directions. But the funny thing is, when Megan does ask for directions, she's very in it. Like, she's staring at the person. Yes. Yep. Make a left. Yep. Okay. The window rolls up. I go, you got that? She goes, nope. Don't remember anything you said. She just, it's just a bunch of BS. She really never.
I stopped listening. I'm like, Okay, you've lost me.
Yeah.
Over
So
it.
actually, yeah, I would ask for directions. I have no issue. I love people, so I'm
He
good
pays
with it.
attention. I stop.
Okay, Megan, what is the one item of clothing in Howie's closet you hate the most?
I think we've gotten rid of all of them. I mean, we don't have. You don't have anything.
First of all, what do you mean we have gotten
Well, so again, back to when we first started dating, I was living in Maine. I worked for David Rand.
Oh, no.
So we were gonna go skiing, and Howie was coming to visit, and I went to pick him up in Boston.
I'm from Arizona.
He's from Arizona, sunshine. And I was like, "You have clothes?" "Oh yeah. You know, I went to Nagano, and I skied in Park City with the Howies," and I'm like, I'm all in. So he gets off the airplane in this parka, and it was like, you know, straight from
parka.
19, not even, like
Stripes.
60s would have been back in. It was like 1980s,
Well,
terrible. It was
I'm
terrible. I mean, I couldn't even, I was like, great to see you. Like, you can't even wear that to the car. You got to take that off. You're in Boston.
Never made it back to Arizona.
No?
We got rid of
never
it. It was gone.
She got rid of it.
They had great ski stores in Maine. We got rid of it immediately.
Yeah, I did.
It needed to go. He couldn't go to the mountain.
I do know what she doesn't like. I don't know if you don't like it, but I don't have one obviously now, but I wear these Bauer t-shirts. I'm super casual at home.
Yeah.
I wear these hockey shirts every day.
I don't mind them.
You don't?
It's fine. Yeah.
Good to know.
Oh, look at us.
Like if Jacqueline draws a picture of her dad, he's wearing Bauer.
Bauer. Yeah. So.
Well, I'm glad we're working out your stuff, you know, right
Thank
here.
you. Yeah.
See, she doesn't hate him. Okay, all right. So, Howie, if you're in the car and you're listening to music, what is the one song you have to sing along to every time you hear it?
I just listened to it.
Really?
Marvin Gaye, Ain't No Mountain High Enough.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Jacqueline and I will sing it together. She'll do the, one part, I'll do the other part, and I love that song. Brown Eyed Girl I love, but Ain't No Mountain High Enough.
That's a great one.
Perfect,
Great one.
thank you. Love
Okay, Megan, what is the worst thing you ever did as a kid?
Cocktail hour, like for a long, long time. I've always liked cocktail hour.
Oh, we would have
the
been
worst.
great friends younger.
I liked it. Horse shows, I liked cocktail hour, like after. I remember one time I was working for the Sebrings, and they were nice enough to let me show horses all through my childhood. And I was supposed to show the next day, and I was green, that morning. And I said to Carolyn, I'm good. I don't need to show back in the championship. I'm fine. She's like, oh no, you're going to show. Yeah, have a good time. You're going to get your horse ready. You're going to show. Yeah. It's cocktail.
Taught you a lesson, did it?
I don't know.
I know when she told me, but I won't say it because the question was to her. No,
I
it's
was
actually
too
not
much of
that
an
bad.
open book when we first started dating. Like,
Yes.
I said way too much.
You have to. I mean, you got to know what you're signing up for, right?
Oh,
He knew.
we're both
He knew.
I knew. It's great. It's all
He
good.
still knows.
Okay,
all
Howie, you've had a lot of great horse show memories. I mean, standing in centering, you see it all. What is one of your favorite horse show memories of all time from centering?
Oh, again, I always do the people, the emotion thing with me.
Is it that your memory's bad? I mean, you have a hard time answering this question.
I know.
I know what it is. I know there's a couple of them.
Okay.
Again, last year, the American Royal, I just sort of knew it was Doc Braun's last drive.
Yeah.
And that to me was a great memory. In fact, I just knew it. It was good. He won the class. Awesome. And it was his last drive.
Yeah.
Again, darn it, our friend Alex Mooney, God rest her soul,
Yeah.
she had just had a double lung transplant that year, came back to show at Oklahoma in the amateur mare class, and she won it. Her dad runs in the ring and hugging, and I'm a freaking mess. So, again, happy emotions. But those are the things I remember the most in center ring. I mean, again, I've been being as old as I am, I'm so blessed that, different breeds, different horse shows. So a lot of great memories.
Yeah.
But those two stand out to me.
Now, Megan, you've seen a lot of horses. If you could ride any horse, dead or alive, what one would it be?
I think the first great horse that I ever saw was the Master's Touch at Connecticut. Mike and Dwayne used to bring horses to Connecticut, and it was like, I was little, and I remember seeing him come in the ring, and he was just like the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. So him, but now, I mean, I have a terrible time with horses' names, or remembering, like people will ask me, did you see that one? I'm like, who's that?
No, I do know. I totally know.
But the one, it's that Joel Kiesner, is it Air's Noble Love?
That's a great horse.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about it, because I'm sort of, I was a Morgan person and I love saddlebreds. And so going to the Arabian shows, I'd been to Scottsdale a lot, but I'm not in the ring very often. I was sort of, at the table. And then I was in the ring when he showed that horse the last however many years. And he comes in, it's the end of the week, and you're like so done. Like the horses, you're just like, whatever. And he just comes in like a cannonball, or she does, the mare does.
Right.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So I'd probably do a terrible job because Joel is amazing, but that'd be fun.
Yeah, give it a shot. What the heck?
Hey, Joel. Hey, if Megan can have a chance. Okay. Howie, who would survive longer in a zombie apocalypse, you or Megan?
Oh my God, not even close.
I'd go to I'd be like, forget it.
So I like guns, and she nicknamed me Ramberg, being the Jewish Rambo.
Oh.
So I mean, I have guns. I'm a.
What was
She
that?
says I'm a prepper.
Really?
Totally.
I totally thought you were going to say Megan on this one. I did not. Really?
No, you know what's so funny? It's so funny. Like, people see me, I think the horse show people see me in the suit and tie every session.
Right.
And they're like, when they see me casual, what's your deal? My good friends that know me see me in a shirt, a jacket, and tie, and said, what are you doing?
Right.
So I definitely have these two lives, but I'm really, I fix the dishwasher, and I can fix that. I'm a fix-it guy and all that kind of stuff. But I'm a bit of a prepper.
Oh yeah, he'd be ready. He's ready.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Megan, what is Howie's biggest fear?
I don't think he's afraid of much. I don't know. Are you afraid of much? I mean, I guess I don't think he's afraid of much. I mean, I think all of our fears are kind of coming out right now.
Yeah.
Insecurity. I think that he has done this job for, I don't know, how old are you?
Over 40 years.
Over 40 years.
Yeah.
And this has been a constant source of his living. And so I think right now we're kind of all living it out. And like, is this, where does this go? Where does this end? So,
Good
again,
answer.
it's all good, and it's all going to be great. And we're good. We're good.
Ditto.
We got guns.
Okay, Howie, complete this sentence. When I blink, it drives Megan crazy.
When I clean, I clean a lot.
A lot.
That drives you crazy? Most women
No,
don't love
only
that.
if it's like I'm like this, and he's like, not in the wine. No Windex in wine. Stuff like that.
I get that.
I clean as we're going sometimes. When she's cooking, she'll she leaves everything out. I don't do that.
Squirt. Like
Megan, I do the same thing. Maybe our husbands should live together, and we should live together.
I love your husband. I think it'd be great. No, I think clean is what.
Yeah. I mean, I have a list if you.
Okay, Megan, complete this sentence. When Howie sees blank, he loses all control.
I think like when he sees his phone ding and it's his core group, like he can't just let it go. It's Todd, it's Shane, it's you got to answer, or his kids, Joey or Haley, constant. And we'll be going somewhere, and it's and you can just see his body go towards the phone, like just answer.
It's surprising she said that, because I would have thought it would have been, I'm a huge sports fan, and I'm a very passionate sports fan. And back in the day when the Broncos were good, I'm a huge Bronco fan. I would, if they lost, like, don't talk to me, don't look at me.
Well, they've lost so much, you've gotten better at that.
Listen, I'm a Vikings fan. That's all I feel like I can do.
There you go. So
whatever.
I'm a bad sports fan, and I'm trying to be better with Jacqueline. But it's all good, Jacqueline. They're fine. It's just a game. Like, whatever.
Hang on with me. I'll get you used to it. I can get you totally used to being a good loser.
So that's what I used to. I mean, I've thrown things during plays.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not that bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to ask you guys some kind of quick fire questions here. Right? They're for both of you. And we're going to see what you guys come up with, okay? You haven't seen these ahead of time. Totally. Yeah, take a sip. Take a sip, Megs. Let's take it. Oh, look.
Lexington Junior League. Junior
Yeah,
League,
I
look
think
at that.
Allie had that too.
Junior
Allie
League.
did have that. Shout out,
Yep.
Allie. Okay.
I love you.
All right, both you guys. When you're eating out, who is the bigger tipper?
Megan.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
In the industry, Megan.
Yeah, I waited tables a lot.
See, there you go. Okay, who is a better driver?
Oh, for sure.
Easy.
I hate guys.
Scary.
Hate it.
Okay, who has the most X's?
Well, he's got one.
Wait, married or just dated?
X's.
Right.
X's.
Exes?
See, I win but he has an ex-wife, and I don't have any of that.
True.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you guys
Ex.
most likely to argue about? Besides your exes.
Children.
Right. Yeah. Children.
Children.
All of them. All
Okay.
three of them.
All three of them.
We won't go there. Okay, what personality trait has gotten you into the most trouble?
Repeat that.
What personality trait has got you into the most trouble?
Go ahead.
Go.
I have diarrhea of the mouth. Like if I think something, I have to say it. I can't like walk away from it and just say, oh, yeah. It's like it's coming out sometime, anytime.
Howie?
I'm surprised she stopped. Yeah. My personality trait, and she's right. My problem is it's all good. Like sometimes it's not good. It's like not good. So, and I have trouble doing that. And I'm very judgy. I'm judgy. If like, what's wrong with you? It's fine. We're going to be fine. Everything's great. So, well, she's like, it's not so flipping great, Howie. So
it's not flipping.
Yeah, I'm a bit judgy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what celebrity would you most like to be stranded on an island with if your spouse allowed you to?
I don't really care for celebrities. They drive me crazy. No. I would like to be with Marie or somebody like that. Like I'd rather be with a friend.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Marie, let's put
Her
Marie.
and I would do great together. It would be
Marie?
fine. Marie.
I would definitely say John Elway.
Yeah.
I would maybe marry him.
Yeah.
I love John Elway. Just something about it.
He's not doing a great job with your team, though. I mean,
He's fine. He's a great. I love
mine
him.
is Chris Hemsworth. My husband said it was okay. So.
Right.
Hey,
I mean,
Chris.
it's
That's nice of him.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's not my wife, but
Right,
it's not John
right,
Elway.
uh-huh.
Of course. Yeah. Meh, meh, meh. Okay. What is the best present your spouse has ever given you?
Are you talking? I think he gave me a saddle once, and this was funny because I was
Great
super
story.
pissed at him. It was my birthday, and I asked him to feed the horses. And we were going out to dinner, the three of us, and I was like, I think I had run home from Kumon. I wanted him to pick Jacqueline up at Kumon. He couldn't, whatever. I said, well, just feed the horses. And then I got home. He was in the shower. I was like, did you feed? No, I didn't feed. I'm sorry. And I was like, super pissed, marching outside, just pissed off. And there was a saddle out there with a bow on it. It was very
Like she opened the door to the feed room. It's
there.
a beautiful Friedman saddle with a big bow on it.
If your partner wins the lottery, how would they spend it?
Oh, he'd give it all away. He'd give it every penny away to his children, to his family. He'd give everything away. And then we'd have the house repossessed.
I'm terrible. I hope this doesn't offend anybody, but my mother, may God rest her soul, always said I'm a bad Jew. I'm terrible with my money. I've never saved it much, and this time it's not a good situation. But I'm a bit of a giver like that.
Everybody would go out to lunch all the time and dinner.
I would treat everybody, and
Car for you.
Yeah, so that would be my deal. I'd be like
It's
Oprah.
fine.
Yeah.
What about Megan?
What would I do?
What would you do with the money?
I would buy horses for Jacqueline.
Yes.
Trading bills.
I totally
Yes.
get that. Okay, what's one word that best describes your spouse in the morning? Megan, go.
Him?
Yep.
Just like a little lackadaisical. You're in the morning. You're just you like to lie about it. He likes to read the sports. He likes to play on his phone, maybe answer the phone.
And best describes her, slow down. And so there you go, right there. I mean, slow down, Megan. We all don't have to be up at 5 o'clock. Megan gets up between 4:45 and 5:15 all the time.
Wait, what time do you get up?
Well, I mean, I can hear her get up, but I sort of lay there for a while.
She said get up.
I said, what time do you get up? Howie?
Out of bed or wake up?
Look,
She said get up. Get up.
I'm a 6 o'clock guy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
You guys
6
seem
o'clock.
very opposite. I'm really intrigued. What was it that drew you into each other? I gotta know.
I think she thought I had money.
Well, you pretended you did.
And I'm this old guy, and she was young. So there you go.
Yeah.
I'm the old guy with money. She's the beautiful young girl.
Right. It's a cliche, right?
Yeah. And now that we're older together, she's the old person.
Yeah.
She wants to go to bed at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
She never wants to go to she wants to go to the same restaurant, the same thing every day.
Well,
I'm
like
the younger person. I want to, let's go out here. No, let's just go here. I mean, yeah, so we're both
It works
way
great.
off.
It
Way
works.
off. But we
It
love
works.
each other.
It works.
Okay, so
Yeah.
final question. Howie, I want you to imitate Megan when she gets angry.
Whatever. I don't care. Whatever you want to do. I don't care. Anything. Just forget it. I don't care. Just, I'm over it. Forget it. And
Okay.
walks away. Storms off.
What accent?
Megan, what was that? What? Megan, imitate Howie.
It's all good, Megan. Just calm down. Just enjoy. Just enjoy life. We only have one life to live. Just enjoy. It's great. You're good. Everything's great. Look at Jacqueline. She's wonderful. We have this great house. We have this great life. Everything's great.
Oh my God! You know what is great? You guys. Can I just tell you that you guys are freaking amazing?
Thank you.
I
We
love
love you too.
I love you so much. You know that I do. I honestly can't thank you enough for doing this and having some fun and injecting some little, laughter into everybody's Facebook feed. So thank you guys so much. Stay
Thank you.
safe. Cheers.
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 We all need it. Love all you guys. It's all
right,
good.
Love you guys.
Thank you so much for joining us on National Horseman's Cocktail Hour. And a special thank you to Megan and Howie Schatzberg because we could not have done this evening without you. Now, do not forget, if there's someone you would like us to speak to next on National Horseman's Cocktail Hour next week, then DM us or send a message to info@nationalhorseman.com and let us know who that is. Now, in the meantime, stay home, stay safe, and keep praying for horse show season to start.